W8WKY.
KN0 GLL KD9 JSX.
Foxtrot in Korea, 88HS.
Okay, let's hold it there. I'll read who I have. ISWTO and KD8BAL. We have K3 Echo Alpha Delta, Stephen Shaker, KC8MRC Bob, in and out, KC8ESG Mark, Kilo 9 Charlie Kilo Yankee Jason, Holmes County, Romeo or Kilo? My writing must be really bad there. Straight call for me.
NAWCR, Wild Ham Radio.
Thank you, Mike. I couldn't tell if you are with my writing there. KRJ Ron, 88GE Mark, 281 Matt, in and out, and 28 John, in and out, and NA Alpha Hotel Sierra. Doubles or anybody I missed? Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Charlie Peter, Indian Farm. Okay, Andy, KDS in the log. I believe you're on Fusion. That way. Last call for any doubles or misses. Okay, hearing none, we'll call that complete on the RF side. Let's move to the digital check-ins. Allstar wire section. Go right ahead.
Kilo Bravo 8 Delta Tango Charlie Terry in North Naples, Florida, in and out.
Kilo 8 Romeo Golf India, Bob in South Venice, Florida on Echolink. Here's Kilo Delta Tango Sierra,
Charlotte, North Carolina. Good evening. Echolink.
Here's Kilo Delta 8 Foxtrot Tango Sierra, KD8 SPS, Eddie in Parma.
Alright, this is AC8NW Net Control. I'm going to read who I have here so far. KB8DTC Terry, down in Naples, in and out. Kate RGI Bob, Venice, Florida, on Echolink. There was a double with, I know, straighten out your call for me. I know it's Tangolima Golf Jim on Echolink. Yeah, fix your call, prefix on your call sign for me, Jim.
Yeah, roger that. It's KE8TLG, Jim down in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay, thanks, Jim. I couldn't remember if it was a Delta or an Echo. Yeah, there was a station that doubled with Jim, and it could have been NW. I'm not sure.
That is correct. NW90 Florida, and
right, we got that one straightened out. Any more stations on
JSX.
any digital modes want to check in for the first round?
Here is Kilo Delta 8 Foxtrot Tango Sierra KD8 FTS Eddie in Parma.
Oh, KD8 FTS from AC8NW Net Control. Sorry, Eddie, I had you written down and didn't read you at the bottom of the list. Okay, we're going to call that the first round. And I have a trivia question. And that is, considering the manufacturer ICOM amateur radio equipment, when did ICOM build their first piece of amateur radio gear? Your choices are 1964
JSX. This is
or 1967.
I missed who you were looking for.
Or
Who are you looking for?
72. Yeah, Alpha is 1964. Bravo 1968.
SLG KD9JSX. I'm trying to work with
5 and Charlie
a friend in
1967.
Utah there to get
I'm sorry, 67 is Bravo and 72 is Charlie.
He's not too familiar with all.
Anyway, we'll go to the top of the list and start with Toby.
So.
WTO, go ahead with your comments.
All right, well, I'm looking at the dashboard.
Okay, Scott, thanks a lot. Sounds like we got a nice group of check-ins tonight. And I get, like I said, getting excited about these classes. And I hope we can, we already have a couple people signed up, but I hope we can get quite a few more. I know Andy's putting his heart and soul into advertising this for us, and we're hoping to get a good group of folks. So I'm trying to stay. It's hard doing the trivia when you're the first one. I'm going to guess A, and the reason I'm picking A is because it's the grade I never got in school, if you don't count shop or gym. So we'll send it back to Net Control, WT80.
His Allstar Node, and he's not understanding how to do it. He normally just hangs out in one place.
I'll give you an A for that one.
I told him there's a net tonight, and I was trying to get him over here, but
trivia question.
apparently he's not being able to figure it out. And I'm mobile. I'm
Please, everybody,
a mobile 18-wheeler, so I
just give your guess.
Not much I can do to help him. He was
Expound
texting
upon
me,
it,
and
don't
he says,
explain it.
maybe I can't get there.
Save the suspense for
We'll work on it.
further down the page
Anyway,
that may not
we'll try him again in a little bit. KD9JSX.
So with that, let's talk to Joe, KD8BAL. How you doing this evening?
KD9JSX, thanks for helping your friend out there, and thanks for joining us tonight. Would you like me to put you in the log?
Going, and I hope you're staying warm. Hello to Michael and his mom in Walton Hills, and trying to go through some more papers and things.
Let's see, I'm trying to recall from the board of breakers your call sign, KD8SLG, I think it is. And forgive me if I got it wrong. Anyway, this is KD9JSX. Yeah, you can put me in there, but I'll wait till check-in. Actually, just wait till check-in, because who knows? I might. I got a couple more hours to drive, and if I stop, I might.
All right, folks.
I might call
Fine
today,
business
but
there, Joe.
anyway, I'm going to try and hit the
Bravo on the trivia.
You keep talking about it, and
it's a little nippy lately.
and I was just gonna see what it was all
in the
about.
morning. And at work, I don't really appreciate being so close to an overhead door that seems to go up every couple of minutes.
All right, Dean. Well, you know what?
Okay,
I've already
next up
started
on the
logging
list
people for the net, so I put you in
Kilo
there.
3, Echo Alpha
Dustin can
Delta
give you a call
Steve.
once the net gets started
What's going
after
on,
10 o'clock.
Shaker?
If you're there, you're there, and if you're not, you're not. But it's great to have you listening in, and thanks for recruiting some other folks in here. I hope your friend gets his way in here. But other than that, thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening, and feel free to stick around and jump in here anytime you want. This is KD8SLG, Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Golf. We'll talk to you later, Dean. I'm going to clear with KD9JSX. It's a mouthful.
Okay, Steve, very good. Thanks for checking in. Can't remember for sure if I've heard your call sign on the net, but if not, welcome. And I put you down for Charlie on the trivia. And
WBHGKV, this is KD8SLG. Good evening, Ed. How are you there, buddy?
Next up is KC8ESG. How you doing tonight, Mark?
Well, not too bad. I have to wait till everything drops, so I have to get in when I can on it with the link
good
there.
evening, Scott.
And just wanted to get a check in a little bit early
Just
and so forth. Yeah,
taking around some radios and
cold for me, so
in the
we're
shack
just
here.
sticking around the house here for a few
nuts.
more days.
Other than that, not a whole lot going on. Roger there. You don't have to go out and miss stuff. Don't go out in it, Ed. Sounds like a plan. And got you on the list there, man. Back over to net control. So I'll be calling you up shortly and chat again. KD8SLG, clear with WBHGKV for now.
All right, Mark, very good. Good luck with your tinkering, and I put you down for Charlie on the trivia. KD8SLG, free as well. YUG coming through the Newberry repeater, just seeing if you can hear me. This is another one I'm not sure I've heard before. That's Jason down in Holmes County. K9 Charlie Kilo.
KAYG, KD8SLG. I can hear you.
There's
a little bit of noise with you there. Quite a bit of noise with you there. But heard everything you had to say.
Good evening, Scott, and everyone else on the net. This is K9CKY, Jason in Big Prairie, Holmes County. Just wanted to see if I could hit the machine from where I'm at and join in and say hello to everybody. Not a lot going on here. It's just as cold here, I believe, as it is there, and pretty miserable outside. So don't have a whole lot for the net other than with the trivia. I would go with C. Charlie.
All right, there.
Back to AC8NW in net control.
Say hi to Marie for me. Get it clear with K8YUG. KD8SLG.
Hey, fine business.
Hanging out before we start the pre-show.
No, you're not.
Chat or anything.
You're not
have at it.
Perfect full quieting, but not far away either. It's a heck of a signal you got coming in from Holmes County there. So we appreciate you joining us, and nice to meet your acquaintance. And check in whenever you want to. We're here every Wednesday night at 9. And I put you down for Charlie on the trivia. Next up, we have N8 Whiskey Hotel Romeo, Mike in Brunswick. That might be another new one.
I can't believe I might be making it indirect. Got a really good signal.
Back to that.
N8WHR from AC8NW.
N8PZD, KD8SLG. Well, Clark, you're making the trip tonight, man. That was actually the best I've heard you in quite a while. In that case, I will allow you to speak again.
Okay, we're not hearing anything
Go ahead,
from Mike.
Clark.
I don't remember him saying he was in and out, but I'll try him again at the bottom of the list.
All right, I cheated. I went over to 015.
Next up, we have the Vice President.
I'm getting a great signal, but I don't think I'm making it into Doylestown.
How are things in beautiful, sunny downtown Bedford?
No, I heard you when you were going direct.
AC8NW, this is Kilo 8 Romeo Juliet Hotel
Echolink
from sunny downtown Bedford. And the reason I know it is the weather station's been stuck on saying it's sunny. So that's the official weather report. Hi, Scott. Good evening to all on the net. And you brought back many memories.
All right, I'm not sure how long I'll be able to
I used to have an old Icom radio, but I got it. I bought it after the date
out of the oven.
She said so.
I will
assume that Icom is
what a long day. And it was cold.
I bought it in the late 70s, so all your answers are well within probable range.
Well,
I'll just put C for Charlie,
and
I'm going to wait eagerly to see what the answer is. Good question. AC8 and WK8
Get your fingers and toes warmed up there and get some food in you, Clark. I've got you on the list. You want us to call you back and see if you can still make it?
Okay, Ron, fine business. I have you down for Charlie on the trivia. You know, just as I was coming up with this trivia question, I did think of you, and were you working at Collins in the late 70s there?
I don't have to go out real early tomorrow. I'm going out again. I just have to put a pressure.
Well, Roger sure did. But I picked up the ICOM radio when I was in college.
After lunch.
For the amateur club there that
so I'll hang out and
was so interesting about it was the first transistor that I owned, because everything prior to that was tubes.
All the other operators that I missed over the last
worked
few
for
months.
Collins for a number of years. Great
Hope
story.
everybody else is staying warm.
Anyway, back to you. AC8 and WK8
I think it peaked out today at about 19 degrees.
Okay, Ron. As I said, I'm looking out for Charlie.
All right there, Clark. I got you on the list. Go get your food on.
Alpha Delta 8
about
Kilo Echo Mark.
The girl talk.
Yeah, in Broadview Heights.
Anybody else out there want to get on the early list? Have at it.
November Tango 8 Delta NTAD.
Hi, Scott. Hi, everybody on the net. Good evening. I'm doing well. Cold, but doing well. For the trivia, you would think once in a while I might actually not have a guess and know, but I'm not going to break the string now, so we're going to go with another guess. So I will guess Alpha.
I'll take a guess,
other than that, I don't really have much, so
I'll try to stick around.
I will send it back to net control.
After that, I got no guarantees. Did a rehearsal tonight with the big band. It's been just before Christmas since we got together. So a little rusty.
From AC8NW.
And
very good, Mark.
Just doing what the dogs out.
Trivia.
And I came back in the room.
I forgot to mention that I regretted not making the meeting and getting to
call in. I'll stick around for now.
Eyeballed you so with you a little bit, being a new member of the tech committee there. So.
All right, Dave. I got you sticking around.
We'll get together soon.
Before 10:30. I assure you of that, or it's going to be a super long night. The big question is,
why was in and out, NU8H was in and out. That takes us down to Fred and Maria, N8AHS. How you doing tonight, Fred?
This time it turned out grandma style. My grandmother would be proud of this one. Extra dumplings.
Excellent here in Maria.
The paprika sauce.
I don't really have a whole lot to add to the
I threw
conversation, except I
our
will
family
also
recipe calls for
go with
chanterelle
A
mushrooms.
for Alpha for the trivia.
I can't find them fresh anymore. We used to pick them
good to hear,
when we were kids. When I was a kid, but they've got them at the grocery store. So chanterelles and dumplings.
Look forward to hearing whether or not I guess it's right at the end of the net.
NTAD.
Yeah, we're pretty chilly out here too, like everybody. But if the forecast hold out,
good deal. Sounds great there, Dave.
Freezing like
got you on the list.
Tuesday of next
got about
week,
a minute and 15 seconds
until
the girl makes the
But
announcement.
related to the temperature, though, real quick before I hand it back, I had occasion to call a cousin of mine down in the Panhandle part of Florida, about 70 miles east of Pensacola, and she let me know that last night.
With a question for a local group here in Northeast Ohio about one of our local machines. Quickly then, Dave.
Who was asking about Northeast Ohio repeater question?
Did I find me?
Name here is Clark.
This node. WA4 WGA.
WA4 WGA, I think. I got that right.
Here is N8PZD. I might be able to answer some questions about a Northeast Ohio repeater.
The Beacon Net, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
I'll do this very quickly. We have a machine at Spring Hill on 444.2. It is under N8, what's this called? N8 HPK, I think. Close enough for jazz anyway. That machine seems to have changed. It no longer has a courtesy and it no longer has the bells and whistles. I'm curious what's going on up there. Are there some changes about to be made to that machine?
This is KD8SLG. Do I have it?
Oh, Nick.
QST. Welcome to the Beacon Net pre-show. Sponsored by the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association. Right here on the W8WKY repeater out of Doylestown, 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8. The Beacon Net meets here every Wednesday and Sunday night at 10 p.m. That's 9 o'clock Tulsa time. Early check-ins start at 9:30. It's a controlled net. We ask that all traffic pass through net control. Your net control operator this evening is Kilo Delta 8 Sierra Lima Golf, KD8SLG. My personal is Nick, November India Charlie Kilo, just Nick. We're doing the pre-show tonight. We're taking early check-ins and in and outs for the Beacon Net that starts at the top of the hour when KD8EPC takes over and I line him up. He knocks him down. As is tradition here on the Beacon Net, let's do the Mickey Mouse roll call, as I like to call it. Check in with the Beacon Net team. Make sure everybody's radios are working just fine. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Go, Dustin.
KD8SLG and the Beacon Net pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Good evening, Just Nick. We're here. We're ready to do this all again and have a good time this evening. Hopefully everything's working. If not, I'm sending it anyway. KD8EPC, back to net control.
KD8EPC, KD8SLG, you sound marvelous, Dustin. Good to hear you. Getting clear with KD8EPC. Let's check in with Nick at night. He's got trivia tonight. KE8QKO. Go, Nick. All right, we'll check back in with Nick in a minute. KE8QWE, Mike, are you here yet? You have no responsibilities whatsoever. How you doing?
W8WKY.
KD8EPC, KD8SLG, are you hearing me?
KD8SLG, K8QKO, I can hear you, Nick.
All right, just checking there. I usually don't strike out two in a row like that. How you doing tonight, Nick? K8QKO. You got trivia for us tonight, don't you?
Yes, sir, I do. I'm just curious, were you just trying to call me?
Well, I called for you, and then I called for Mike, and I didn't get either of you, so I was getting a little edgy.
Got it. Yeah, I was sitting at my other computer, and I looked down, and I'm like, oh, it's 9:33. I better turn my radio up so I can hear if Nick tries to call me. But yes, sir, I can hear you just fine, and I'll have trivia ready for the 10 o'clock.
All right, man. Good to have you on board. Thanks, Nick. Let's check in with Mike again. He may still be over on the Worcester Club net. KE8QWE, KDSLG. Out there, Mike? All right, let's go to Josh. KE8VKA, alternate trivia tonight. Good evening, Josh. How you doing?
KE8VKA to KD8SLG. Thought I'd give it a good pause there to give you a little scare. Good to hear you, Nick. I'm all set with the alternate trivia. Looking forward to it. Getting the soldering iron warmed up here. And for my BeaconNet side project. So, anyways, looking forward to it. KE8VKA back to KD8SLG.
Good to hear you, Josh. Thanks for being here. Looking forward to the alternate trivia tonight. Going to clear with KE8VKA. All right, let's address the elephant in the room. WA4WGA and N8PZD. Guys, we'll be glad to talk about repeaters and stuff after the scheduled and announced net, okay? Let's see who I got on the list so far. KG4SCK, Mark is in and out. He's having Murphy's Law issues. I hope they all work themselves out. KC0LRM, Kelly, I got you. K8YUG, Josh, way up north. KD9SJX, Dean is out there mobiling in an 18-wheeler. We're going to check back in with you after 10, Dean. K5CFY, Ray's out there on the list. KA8MNT, I got you. WB8GKB, Ed, you're in there. N5GLO, Bill. W3ETB, Eddie. N8PZD, Clark. KE8QFT, Fred. NT8D, Dave. KE8TQR, Keith is in and out tonight. He was working outside. He's still warming up, I think. AB8MO, I got you on the list. And KE8VZA, you're in there. So, let's do a couple rounds of check-ins. And then we'll see who's sticking around for the big show tonight. This is KD8SLG. I'm listening.
KD8SLG. Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. Hello, Nick.
Kilowatt 8 American Motors Experimental. I'm keeping my eyes on Phil.
Kilo Echo 8, Mike Yankee, Chris in Amherst, KE8MMY.
Kilo 8, Papa Julie Whiskey, K8PJW.
Kilo Echo 8,
all right, we got a
Bravo,
nice line of check-ins there. We picked up
Benjamin, I'll be driving home.
Phil, K8AMX Dick, keeping an eye on Phil. K8MMY Chris, way up there in Amherst, and K8PJW. Oh, I'll talk to you in a minute there, Phil. Good to hear you. Let's do one more round of check-ins, and then we'll see who's sticking around. KD8SLG, I'm listening. All right, let's work this list. We're going to start with Kelly out in Tulsa. KC0LRM. Good evening, Kelly. How you doing? Are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hey, KD8SLG. Hey, thanks for getting me there, Nick. Yes, I'm sticking around. I'm doing good. Sitting here, got a fresh cold beer, and waiting for the net, and I'll be sticking around. Let's get on down the list. Back to you.
Kelly, all I've got is Mountain Dew Zero here. I'll trade you. Good to have you on board, Kelly. I got you sticking around. I'm going to clear with KC0LRM. Let's go talk to Josh, KE8YUG. Good evening, Josh. How you doing? And did everything get straightened out there on the food net eventually?
KD8SLG, this is KE8YUG up here in the far north. It's cold up here. I don't know what it's like down by where you guys are at, maybe by the equator down there. It's cold up here, but yeah, no, everything got straightened out and worked out yeah, everything was cool. Made it through, so, all right, well, yeah, I'll be sticking around, looking forward to it. Like I said in the blue screen where he says hi, I had to say that. I'll send it back to you, Nick, to pre-net control. This is K8YUG.
Let's see, Josh, I got 19 degrees down here right now. I think the wind was picking up a little while ago, so it's going to cool off a bit, I'm sure. Good to hear you, Josh. Glad they got things worked out there up on the net. I had to take off. Going to clear with K8YUG. Let's go out to Tulsa and say hi to Ray. Big day today on the Boredom Breaker net, huh, Ray? K5CFY. Go.
SLG, this is K5CFY. I am definitely hanging around. I got lucky out at the club net and got one right. Anyway, yeah, it was a great net. Definitely appreciate all the folks come down and join us on the Boredom Breaker net. It was definitely a fun net. Back to you there, Nick. 73. No, not yet. Well, thanks for the pre-net check-in. K5CFY.
Oh, yeah, Ray. It was a good day. And you say the 73s for Dustin there. I'll talk to you dark and early tomorrow morning. Going to clear with K5CFY. This is the W8WKY repeater. You're listening to the BeaconNet pre-show. I'm KD8SLG. And next up, we're going to talk to Tom, KA8MNT. How you doing, Tom? Stick around tonight, or are you just getting your ticket punched?
KD8SLG, KA8MNT. Good evening, Nick, and everybody else that's on the net. Well, I think I'll probably stick around because I got to stay up long enough so I can defrost and be able to digest my dinner. So it's cold outside. So yeah, I'll stick around. No problem with that. This is KA8MNT back to KD8. SLG. 73.
Tom, you make me laugh even when you're not trying to make me laugh. I got you sticking around, man. We'll help you digest your food. Going to clear with KA8MNT. Let's talk to Ed again. WB8GKB. How you doing, Ed? You going to stick around and play trivia?
Let's see here. Yeah, we're going to stick around and play trivia, see what's going on. Say good evening to everybody and all that thing, and so forth. WB8GKB, and over in, let's see, Wadsworth.
W8WKY. And a word from our sponsor. All right, thanks, Ed. I got you sticking around. I'm going to clear with WB8GKB. Let's see if Bill's on the porch tonight or if it's too cold out there. N5GLO. How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing all right tonight. We're above freezing here and not supposed to go back down to freezing till Friday night for a short while. So I'm doing better. Fine on the porch. My problem is that apparently something has affected connection somewhere between here and there, and my Echolink keeps dropping out on me, so I'm not sure if it'll hold it long enough for me to stay for the show, but I'll be listening for right now, and whether I'll be able to hang around for it or not, I don't know. This Echolink's been goofy tonight. N5GLO.
Let's see. You've been the longest connected here on Echolink, 24 minutes so far, and that's pretty good. I think you'll be all right. We're going to give you a holler later anyway, Bill. Good talking to you. Going to clear with N5GLO. Let's go talk to Eddie in Maryland. W3ETB. How you doing, Eddie? You sticking around for trivia tonight?
Yeah, hi, Nick. Yep, I'll be here as usual, and I'll probably be here at least until I can give my answers to the trivia questions. After that, who knows? I thought I was going to stay awake on Sunday, but I don't think I made it. I think I probably passed out in the chair before the net was over. But anyway, turn it back to you. W3ETV, back to net.
All right, Eddie, we got you sticking around. Going to clear with W3ETV. Let's talk to the other Ray in here tonight. WA4WGA. Ray, I see you're still connected there, buddy. Sorry to yell at you, but I get testy when people walk over my preamble. Good evening, Ray. Are you going to stick around for the net? You got time to stick around with us tonight? WA4WGA, KDSLG. Go, Ray.
Laddie, it's not a problem at all. WA4WGA. Yeah, I thought I'd put an ear on it and see what goes on. In the past, I've had roomies that watch the telly all bloody night, so I've been a bit constrained on what I can listen to and do here, but the bunkie I've got now is already sawing down an old growth forest. Yeah, I'll read the mail for a while and then we'll see what goes on from there. But as I said, a little curious about what's going on up there on Spring Hill. Maybe that's a conversation for a local QSL after barometer, or QSO rather, after the barometer net. Other than that, not much to report there. Still twisting and turning me. Let me let it drop. And trying to turn me into a pretzel before they let me out of the old folk home. Other than that, all goes well. KD8SLG from WA4WGA.
All right there, Ray. Definitely a conversation for a different time. We can talk about that. We have after parties on here if you're staying up late tonight. Going to clear with WA4WGA. I got you sticking around for the net, Ray. Let's talk to Clark real quick. N8PZD. Clark, are you still getting in there, and are you going to stick around with us tonight?
I'll say hello to Ray. I misunderstood your question earlier. I don't think I have an answer for you. Anyway, I'm going to stick around. I'm coming through the Newberry 147015. I'm going to stick around, but in the short term, I'm going out on the back porch and I'm going to grab another chicken thigh from the baking dish that's cooling off out there. Back to net control, N8PZD.
All right, Clark, we got you sticking around. Going to clear with N8PZD. Next up, we got Fred, KE8QFT. Haven't talked to you in a minute, Fred. Real quick, how you doing? Are you going to stick around and play trivia with us tonight?
Yeah, if you can hear me now, I will hang around and play trivia. This is KE8QFT, by the way, Fred, in northern Medina, Ohio. Tropical Medina. How about that? KE8QFT, back to the pre-net.
KE8QFT, KD8SLG, your signal's perfect, Fred. So you're sticking around. Good to hear you. Going to clear with KE8QFT. Let's check back in with Dave. See if we're keeping him awake. NTAD Dave, you still with us?
I'm still awake. We're going to try to keep it together there, Nick. Just Nick. I actually felt honored when you called me Just Dave. Back to you, NTAD.
Oh, Dave. Just Dave. All right, man, you're still awake. You're still sounding actually kind of bouncy. So, sticking around. good for you. NTAD, KD8SLG. Let's go up to the land of maple syrup and snow and stuff. AB8MO, KD8SLG. How you doing, Andy? You gonna stick around?
All right, from the land of maple syrup, snow, and stuff. This is AB8MO. Yeah, I guess so. I'd like to make an announcement for Winter Field Day at some point at the start of that, if you would be so kind and would allow such activity. I'll throw it back to you there, Nick. Keep it brief here for a change. This is AB8MO.
Well, Andy, do you want to go now, or do you want to wait 12 or 13 minutes until Dustin gets in there?
Well, I guess I'll just go now. It doesn't really make a whole lot of difference here. Just thought I'd remind everybody Winter Field Day is coming up, I believe, January 26th, 27th, the last full weekend in January. There are a couple area clubs that are, you could operate from home, but what fun is that? There are a couple area clubs, not too many, that I found on winterfieldday.org. That's a listing of locations. The other club I belong to, the Warren Amateur Radio Association, is setting up a field day site at Stevens Park in Niles, Ohio. If you don't feel like driving from Akron to Niles, Ohio, which is almost as far as I have to drive to Rittman, the WLKY Club in Alliance is hosting one, and it looks like the Massillon Club, W8NP, I think it's the call, is also hosting Winter Field Day. So I don't have any information on theirs, but just ours. We're going to be operating at least 4 stations, 2 on 40-meter single sideband. Yes, I said 2 stations. I am interested to see, I'm told that the apparatus that has been constructed to keep the radios from interfering with each other works quite well. So if you want to come in here, 2 radios side by side on 40-meter single sideband operating simultaneously. I invite you to come out. It runs from 2 p.m. Saturday to 2 p.m. Sunday. That's local time. I think that's the same operating times as Summer Field Day. Thanks, Nick. Hopefully I didn't gobble up too much time. KD8SLG, this is AB8MO.
W8WKY.
AB8MO, thank you. And Sarah Club's official position on Winter Field Day is a tumbler full of Elijah Craig and a roaring fire in your shack. Gonna clear with AB8MO. I got you sticking around. All right, let's rattle through here and see who else is sticking around. KE8VZA, KD8SLG. You sticking around tonight, Eric, for trivia and all the fun?
KE8SLG, this is KE8VZA. Yes, Nick, I'm hanging around, and I've got my toothpicks at the ready, and if that doesn't work, I have some Gorilla Tape to hold the eyes open, and I think I need to acquire some of those little devices from that movie, Clockwork Orange, where they held the guy's eyes open. I think that would work. Anyway, it's KE8VZA. Back to you, Nick.
Any net that works in Clockwork Orange references is worth visiting. KE8VZA, Eric, got you sticking around tonight. Good to hear you, man. Let's go down to Canal Fulton. My friend Phil, whom I owe a phone call. WV3K. Phil, are you sticking around tonight, or are you just stopping by to say hi?
KD8SLG for the Beacon Net for W8WKY. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo. And I'm going to tell you that I got an appointment tomorrow morning, and I'm going to have to get a shower and get myself to bed here shortly. But I thought that for the interests of Robin and also our buddy Richard out in beautiful downtown Firestone Park, that I would put her on as third-party traffic by your way. Nick, would that be okay?
Have at it. Good evening, Robin.
Good evening. This is Robin. I just wanted to give a shout out to Richard and beautiful downtown Firestone Park and tell him hello and hope he's having a good evening.
And also Sharon.
And also his wife.
All right, there we go. WV3K. You got anything else there, Phil?
Actually, I just wanted to say, Nick, thank you. It was nice hearing you and Dustin handling the breaker net on the first hour. I just came in near the edge of the end of it to check in, and was glad to tag in with Ray. So I was happy to do that, and it was enjoyable listening to some of the fellows talking with each other. So that was fun. Anyway, I just want to say hello, and I hope everything's going well with you, Nick. And I've been thinking a lot about you and your arm, wondering hopefully that is getting much better. I know you've been having some reoccurrences and lack of getting it giving it some, shall I say, exercise. And hopefully, that's going to, you'll be able to convalesce and get that thing, getting your arm and shoulder working real good. So we're thinking of you in good light, and also thank you to Dustin. I guess pick up here in just about a couple of minutes. So anyway, many blessings to all, and love from both Robin and I to Richard and Susan, and to everybody else out there. Just thank you very much for participating and making this net viable and exciting to listen to. But I need to get myself busy and get ready for tomorrow, so I'm going to be cutting out here. Have a good evening, Nick, and to everyone else on the net, and say hey to Dave in the background there. I remember he just popped in just a minute or two ago. This is Whiskey Victor 3 Kilo, and I'll be clear with KD8 SLG for net control for W8WKY Beacon Net. Thanks a lot, Nick. We'll talk to you soon.
WV3K. Thanks, Phil. I got you not sticking around. Gonna clear with WV3K. Let's talk to Dick. K8AMX, it's past your bedtime, Dick. Are you gonna stick around and play trivia with us?
Well, the answer to that is I do not know. I'll be sticking around for a while, and I'll go as far as I can, and if I don't come back, well, I'm gone. And hello, Robin. Sound good there? And Robin is wanting me to give her the secret that I have on Phil there. And I don't know, she might get it done, but in the meantime, I'm running from Tom from a piece of about 4-week-old fish that he's looking to slap me with. It's QCWA. So anyway, gonna get it short. 73, everybody. This is Kilowatt 8, American Motors, experimental, living the dream in beautiful downtown Firestone Park.
K8AMX from beautiful downtown Firestone Park. I'm going to have you stick around, Dick. Stay up and play trivia with us tonight. It'll be fun. I'm going to clear with K8AMX. Let's go talk to Chris way up in Amherst. K8MM, how you doing tonight? You going to be able to stick around?
As fine as Frogfur, KE8MMY here. Trivia. The question to everyone's answer is usually at an end. So, yeah.
All right, Chris, I got you sticking around tonight. K8MMY, K8SLG. Let's grab Phil. A long day of voter fraud, Phil. K8PJW, K8SLG. Go, Phil.
K8SLG, K8PJW. Good evening, Nick, and good evening to all the Beacon Netineers. Great to hear everyone. No fraud yet, but we're still on the lookout for it. We're just cleaning up some files and getting ready for the big push, which probably happen in a few weeks from now. But there's a lot of stuff to get ready for. Anyway, I'm going to try and stick around for the big show, so go ahead and put me down as active, and I'll hand it back to you, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow evening at Casa Nuestra. Back to you, K8PJW.
K8PJW, K8SLG. All right, let's try this again. K8PJW, K8SLG. Looking forward to it, Phil. You know I'm going to be there, and I think we're going to have a good group tomorrow night. Nick and Sandy from Texas is supposed to be there, and I know a bunch of us regulars are going to be there as well. Looking forward to seeing you. Going to clear with K8PJW, who's sticking around. WB8CXO is in and out. Mike is good enough to stream us on YouTube. Just search his call sign. You can find it and see what you sound like if you'd like. WA8KOC, Fred, I got you on the list. Are you still out there? And are you just stopping by to get your ticket punched?
Well, Nick, you know me, and I really would love to get some toothpicks and some Gorilla Tape and some other stuff to hold my eyes open and stick around for trivia, because I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. But I have a very hot French-Canadian princess sitting upstairs waiting for me, and boy, she's too sweet to let her wait too long. So I'm going to have to get out of here, and please give my very best to Dustin when he gets on here. And one of these times, I'm going to wind up spending some time with you guys and playing trivia, just not tonight. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the meeting. You and everybody else in here on the net, have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday, what's left of it. We'll talk to you tomorrow. KD8SLG in the pre-show, 7-3, everybody. WA8KOC.
WA8KOC, thanks for stopping in and saying hi, Fred. It's good to hear. It seems like we've been talking all day, kind of. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night, Fred. And you go take care of that princess. Going to clear with WA8KOC. It's KD8SLG. We hit the top of the hour. We passed it. I'm going to hand this thing off to Dustin. He can take over. Miss Lucy, you're on the list. Benjamin out there, you're on the list. Didn't need to talk to you. I know you'll be back. And DLJ, if you're still out there, Ralph, I've got you on the list as well. So bounce back in when you finish loading your truck. This is KD8SLG. I'd like to thank everybody who joined me here for the pre-show. It's time for Dustin to light up the nighttime airwaves. KD8EPC, this is KD8SLG. Take it away, Dustin.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. We're going to have to take some zeros out of your paycheck for running over your time there. All right, good evening and welcome to the Beacon Net. My name is Dustin. My call sign is KD8EPC, and I will be net control for the evening. The Beacon Net meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater, 147.390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114.8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control, and all stations are welcome to check in. We'll take multiple rounds of check-in, so if you don't get in the first time, just stand by and we'll get to you as soon as we can. We're linking with our friends in Oklahoma that do drop in and various other repeaters throughout the country and the world, so we ask that you keep for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit, so we hear everything you have to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, not hearing any emergency or priority traffic. Stations that haven't already checked into the pre-show would like to check into the beacon net. Please say your call phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra AA8CS. This is Gary in Fairlawn, and just to make sure you are totally aware of what's going on here, Dustin, you cannot take zeros out of zero. Division by zero is undefined. I just wanted you to know that. AA8CS. Good evening, everybody.
Kilo Charlie 5 Romeo Bravo Golf KC5RBG Shannon in Tulsa, mobile and short time.
King Charles 8, Fox Queen Victor, KC8 FQV. That didn't sound like Nick tonight. It sounded a little different. And Gary, yeah, you got to take that right from the horse's mouth because he educated KCFQV.
F5AD along with KC5SYC portable.
All right, let me hold it up right there. I got a President Gary, AA8CS. I have KC5 Real Big Guns, Shannon in the mobile there. I got KC8 FQV Mark. And there was the last station that was portable there. Your audio was really low. You want to try that again and see if we can get you this time around?
Okay, we'll try stepping up the audio a little bit. Since we're down in the basement, I try to keep it a little quieter. This is Nick at Nickelodeon, KF5ADE along with Sandy, KG5SYC, portable down in the basement.
All right, we got Nickelodeon and Sandy in there that time, KG5SYC, and oh boy, I'm bad with the calls there. Nick will get them though. Anyway, we got you guys in there, Nickelodeon and Sandy, KF5ADE and KG5SYC. All right, do we have any other check-ins before we start this thing off? Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8, Yankee November Juliet, KE8, YNJ, John in Norton.
Boynton Beach, Florida. Whiskey America 4, Whiskey Germany America, WA4WGA. Name is Ray, and we are in Talmadge, Ohio. Good evening, sir.
All right, I picked up K8YNJ, John over there, and then I got a KO4, a DKN David, and Ray, I've already got you on the list. We got you during the pre-show, WD4WGA. All right, we got 37 on the list here, so let's go up and let's get our trivia for the evening, and we'll start running down the list. Let's see, K8QKO, Nick at Night, our trivia master for the evening. What do you have for us?
KD8EPC, K8QKO, hello Dustin, and hello everyone on the net. Alright, I think I have a humdinger for a trivia question tonight, so we'll see how it goes. The lowest named band of radio waves is ELF, extremely low frequency. Where would you most commonly encounter such an electromagnetic wave? Your options are Alpha, in television transmitters, Bravo, in mobile phones, Charlie, in electricity, or Delta in microwave ovens. I'll read that again. The lowest named band of radio waves is ELF, extremely low frequency. Where would you most commonly encounter such an electromagnetic wave? Alpha in television transmitters, Bravo in mobile phones, Charlie in electricity, or Delta in microwave ovens. And with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you. This is K8QKO.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick at Night. We're going to think about that. Well, then let's go get our alternate trivia for the evening from our alternate trivia person, K8VKA. Mr. Lucy, how are you?
K88 EPC, KE8 VKA. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, alternate trivia. I'm going to do my answer for Nick's real quick. I'm going to do the electricity. I figure I'll jump in and do that now. Alternate trivia. In honor of this week's cold weather, the historic age of Antarctic exploration was an era which began at the end of the 19th century and ended after the First World War. During this age, the South Pole was reached for the first time. Who was the first person to reach the geographic South Pole? So not the magnetic South Pole, but the geographic South Pole. Was it Alpha, Captain Robert Falcon Scott? Was it Bravo, Sir Ernest Shackleton? Was it Charlie, Roland Amundsen? Or Delta, Admiral Thimble Cornwaldo Byrd? I'm going to read that again. The historic age of Antarctic exploration was an era which began at the end of the 19th century and ended after the First World War. During this age, the South Pole was first reached. Who was the first person to reach the geographic South Pole? Was it Alpha, Captain Robert Falcon Scott, Bravo, Sir Ernest Shackleton, Charlie, Roland Amundsen, or Delta, Admiral Thimble Cornwaldo Byrd? KE8 VKA, back to KD8 EPC.
All right, thank you very much, sir, for the alternate trivia, Josh. We certainly do appreciate it. All right, I think I had one mobile short time here to get to real quick, and we'll get to him there right now. KC5 Real Big Guns. Shannon, good evening. How are you?
Hey there, Dustin and Nat, KC5RPG, and I sure did miss you at the Boredom Breaker. I tried to get in there, and everyone was stepping on me, and I had to go to an eye appointment where I got another shot in my eye, my right eye this time, and it's to help the swelling in my retina. And he said it's going to do nothing but help me see better. So that's a good thing, and I got the okay from the VA to get my cataract surgeries done, so I'm good to go there. I'm scheduled to get another shot in my other eye 2 weeks, the 31st. And, so got that to go. Not looking forward to that one. But anyway, just got done having dinner with Kenyon and his family. I had him since Friday. And we got snowed in together and absolutely had a great time. And we just got out of the house today, and it was for a doctor's appointment, of course. But the other thing was the meal. We went to Blue Coast, and that's pretty good seafood, though I usually get the catfish dinner. Anyway, I'll let you get on down the list there. This is Kilo Charlie 5, Real Big Guns. God bless, and 73 from the great state of Oklahoma. Back in net control.
All right there, Shannon. Well, sorry we missed you earlier on the Boredom Breaker net. Sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. But it was great to have you out here tonight, and I'm glad you got to spend that time with Kenyon there and had a good time. And you can never go wrong with a good catfish dinner either. So we'll say 73 to you for now. Hope you're feeling better soon with the eyes, and we'll talk to you down the log. Let's go over and talk to Kelly now. KC0LRM, good evening. How are you?
Dustin, thanks for getting me in there. Things are going pretty good here. Let me give you my answer before I forget. I think I'm going to go see electricity for the first one, and I'm going to do Admiral. He threw me on that last one. Admiral Dubla Cornwaldo, whatever it was. I'm going to do that for the second one. I was trying to get in on the beacon net today when you were running it, but I kept getting walked on, so I finally had to give it up because I was in the mobile. So everything's going good here. Just listening to the net, and hope everybody's having a good day out there, and hope everybody's seeing some little bit warmer temperatures. I know we had, I think, 40 today here, so still starting to melt a little bit. That's about all I got. Back to you. I'll let you get on down the list, and thanks for running it.
All right there, Kelly. We got you down for Charlie and Delta. Yeah, sorry we missed you this afternoon, too. Sometimes it's a little challenging to get into that net there. But, hey, we're glad to have you tonight. And, we got up to 19, I think, was the high today. But it was pretty cold. It was 1 degree when I got up this morning. I had to go thaw the pipes out again. So there you go. But we're supposed to get a little warmer, but I think 20-something. Then we're going to get a bunch of snow this weekend. So yay, fun times. But, Kelly, great to hear you. We'll say 73, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's jump on down to Josh now. KYUG, good evening. How are you?
KD8EPC, this is K8YUG. Good evening, Dustin. Good evening, everybody else out there. We'll start with the trivia. First, I'll make it easy for both. I'm going to go B, Bravo. For the first one, B Bravo, alternate trivia, B Bravo. Let's see, yeah, I missed the barometer net. It's very cold. As I said, it's hard for me to get up. And, yeah, I overslept today and all that. Well, just kind of slept in. I just couldn't get up. And, yeah, it's nice in the flannel sheets. But we had a good day. We got in the information net, the food group net, and been doing some simplex. I've been enjoying that. It's been the weather or something. It's been very nice. So I've been trying to get on that as often as I can. Work gets in the way sometimes, but looking forward to the weekend. Though we're halfway through the week, it's been a long week, and yep, we'll be listening out, enjoying everybody, and seeing what the answers are. Other than that, I might play some Halo. I've been playing a lot of old Halo, Combat Evolved, the original, and I get on the Blood Gulch there and really have a good time. So 73, everybody. I'll send it back to you. This is K8YUG back to net.
All right there. We'll enjoy that if you do go play some games later, Josh. But great to have you with us on the net tonight. We got you down for a Bravo and Bravo there. Let's go down and talk to Dean now. I think he's a first-timer here. KD9SJX in the mobile there, 18-wheel mobile. How you doing?
This is Kilo Delta 9, Juliet Sierra X-Ray. Name is Tony. I don't know where it got mixed up, but anyway, 18-wheel mobile and trivia question. I happen to know that there's an extremely low frequency transmitter. There's only a couple places in the world that can do that. They can set the transmitter up. It doesn't fit. The answers don't fit with what I know. It's used for submarine communication. But anyway, I'm going to guess electricity, which is C, I think. And then for the Explorer, having a clue. Scott sounds familiar. I'm going to go with A, but he probably threw that in there as a loop, and he probably discovered the North Pole. But anyway, those are my answers. And Kilo Delta 9, Juliet Sierra X-Ray, Tony, and Sheboygan, and we're looking at about 5 degrees here. So back to net.
All right there, Tony. So sorry about that. We got the J and the S mixed up there, and the net logger totally showed something else. So we got you fixed up in there now. Welcome to the Beacon Net. We're glad to have you with us tonight, and you mobile safely out there. We'll say 73 to you and hope to catch you again real soon. Let's go down and talk to Mr. Ray, one of the wonderful net controllers for the Boredom Breaker Net. K5CFY, how you doing?
EPC and K5CFY. Good evening, Mr. Dustin. Thanks for lighting up the airways. We definitely appreciate it. And thanks for doing the first hour of the Boredom Breaker Net. We had a good number of check-ins and a real good showing from all of the folks from up there in Ohio. We appreciate that. I'm going to go with Charlie and Alpha on my guesses. So we'll give it back to you, Dustin. again, thanks for everybody that puts the Beacon Net on. It's a great net. 73 K5 CFY.
All right there, Ray. Well, I heard we rocked it out pretty good and had some good numbers on the Boredom Breaker Net today. We do a pretty good job together on Wednesdays there, and you know, sometimes I think these Ohio guys would rather talk to you than me, so there you go. That's even better. We got you down for Charlie and Alpha, and for anybody who doesn't know, you can find Ray and all the other wonderful net controllers on the Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time, and that's on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. That's noon Central Time every day. They switch net controllers at the top of the hour, and they welcome rechecks. So Ray will say 73, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go over to Tom now, K8MNT. Good evening. How are you?
KD8EPC, K8MNT. Good evening, Dustin, and everybody else that's on the net. Oh, we're doing pretty good. I'm starting to thaw out a little bit. That means I'll be able to digest my supper finally. So we can go from there. Let me see trivia. The first one, I just covered this in something I was reading here the other day, and I believe it is C. So we'll go with that. And I'm sitting here trying to remember my geography and history from school, and I'm going to go with Charlie on that one too. So that's about the way it's going to run. I had my printer checked out today, and the guy asked me if I had a towel. I said, yeah. So I went and I got a towel, and he covered it up, and he says, say a few words, but if you take a look at the driver, it may be a donor. So my printer died, so I'm going to have to, in the process of getting another one so I can finish up a couple small projects here. When it rains, it pours sometimes. Oh well, I'm not going to keep any longer and bore you anything else. So with that, this is Kilo Alpha 8, Mike November Tango, turning everything back to KD8 EPC 73s, y'all.
All right there, Tom. Well, it was good to have you with us this evening. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie, and sorry to hear about your printer there. Hopefully you'll be able to get yourself a nice new one that's working real good here real soon. So we'll say 73, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the club meeting. Let's jump on down to Ed now, WB8 GKV. How are you?
Oh, let's see here. WB8 GKV is here. Let's see. I think, first of all, I'm going to go with Charlie, and then on the second one, Alpha for a guess there. So that's the story there. And say good evening to everybody onto the net there. And let's see, we're in the house. I haven't gone out for quite a few days. It's still too cold. And I don't want to worry about that diesel turning to gel, you know, because I'm sure it's probably not that cold, but you never know. And that's another worry of mine. It gets cold in the winter, the diesel can go to gel. Actually, when you start worrying when it gets down to zero, I suppose, but I worry about 20 degrees colder, warmer, or whatever. So Dustin, say good evening and all that stuff, and we'll turn it back to y'all for the rest of the net there.
All right there, Ed. Well, good to have you with us this evening, and we got you down for Charlie and Alpha for your answers there, and yeah, we'll be seeing you either Saturday or Sunday, depending on the weather. I'll keep you posted on that, but Yeah, all depends on the weather. But yeah, just stay in, stay warm, and stay safe, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's jump on down to Texas now and talk to Bill N5GLO. Are we out on the porch tonight? Go ahead there, Bill. All right, one more time there, N5GLO. Bill, are you still there? All right, nothing heard from Bill. Let's go down to Eddie, W3ETV. Take it away.
Hi, Dustin. Yeah, I almost fell asleep there for a minute or two. So I better keep my eyes open. I think somebody suggested toothpicks, so that might be a good idea. Anyway, I'll go ahead and cut to the chase, and I'll get the trivia questions out of the way. So I'm going to go with B because it's somewhere in between A and D. So I'll go with B for the main trivia question. And we'll go with C for the alternate question because I think I had seen this type of question somewhere before, and I had guessed it wrong, and we'll probably guess it wrong again this time. So, but anyway, it's always good to at least give a try anyhow, right? So it's a lot of fun. So anyhow, we'll see what happens. And Nick, if you can remember what the answers are, you know, if I don't stay awake, you can let me know tomorrow, maybe if you're on the net. Take care. W3ATV 73. All have a great evening.
All right there, Eddie. Well, great to hear you twice in one day. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie on the trivia answers. And, yeah, you know, you can always try the toothpick method, or I found you can take some clothespins and clothespin them open sometimes. So there you go. We'll say 73. Have a great evening, and I'm sure Nick can catch up with you tomorrow with the answers. Let's go down and talk to Ray now. WA4WGA. Take it away.
Good day, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in this big old world from WA4WGA in the thriving metropolis of Talmadge, Ohio. On question one, we're going to go with C. Charlie because that frequency is below the long-wave broadcast band that they are phasing out in Europe and other parlance. And there's also some aviation stuff and underwater navigation stuff that's way below that. So we're going to go with C there. And on the second question, I'm going to take a flyer because I've heard two of the names, but I'm not sure of the dates. So I'm just going to take a flyer. And while I've got it, can you say again that node number for that net you were talking about earlier? And the node name, if you would, sir. Thank you. Have a good evening from WA4WGA.
All right there, Ray. We got your answers down, and that node number is node 49562. 49562, and that's the boredom breaker hub. Every day at noon Central Time, they have the net, and it goes for 2 hours. They switch net controls at the top of the hour, and it's always a good time. You can catch it here on the WKY every Wednesday for both hours, so there you go. But we'll say 73, Ray. Have a good evening, and we'll catch you down the log. Let's jump on over to Clark, N8PZD. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening to all of the Beacon netizens and the adjoining listeners. Coming to you from the west side of Cleveland, Ohio. Here is N8PZD. I'm not sure if I understood the first question, but I'm going to hazard a guess. The answer is B. And the second question, I'm going to go with letter C. So that's about it from here. My eyelids are getting a little bit heavy. So I'm going to say 73 to everyone. And try and stay dry and warm in your part of the country or part of the world. Here in the greater Cleveland area, we're sporting a big 12 degrees. I'll turn it back to you, Dustin. Long time no talk. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you continue to do well for the new year. Happy New Year from N8PZD.
All right there, Clark. Well, it has been a while, so it's great to hear you, and it's great to have you with us tonight. We got you down for Bravo and Charlie on the trivias there. All is well here, just staying warm and enjoying the evening off. So we'll say 73. We'll catch you down the log, and now we're going to jump over to Uncle Fred. K8QFT, good evening. How are you?
Well, I'm doing okay. After much consideration, I'm going to have to pass on the first one. I'll tell you why, because I looked it up. The alternate question, I'm going to say C, Charlie. Oh boy, what else is going on? How about them Browns? 11-6 record. Good team. Start of a foundation of a good team. So they fired the offensive coordinator. They fired a tight ends coach. And they fired a special teams. Now next year, all you're going to hear for the first 7 games is they got to get used to the new system. Forget it. Go Bills. K8QFT back to net control.
All right, go Bills. And you know what they say, there's always next year. I say the defense carried them this year, but if we get a healthy Nick Chubb next season and maybe somebody who calls the plays who knows what the heck they're doing, maybe a good quarterback, I don't know that Watson's the answer, but we'll see. But for now, we'll just say go Bills. And we're going to move on down here to Copley and talk to Dave. NT8D, good evening.
Good evening, Dustin, and everybody on the Beacon Net tonight. It's such a pleasure to be awake with you all. I was reminiscing of what it was like to be 30 years younger, thinking this is exactly where I would be. Oh, it's nuts. I've got a donut hole of a week here, working at the beginning and at the end, and not as much in the middle. Had a rehearsal tonight with a big band. I haven't been playing much music since a day before Christmas was the last time I really did stuff, and December was really busy. So things are getting back into the groove now, and we got music happening pretty much every week somewhere. So that's starting to feel comfortable again. Made a batch of my grandma's chicken paprikash with dumplings and chanterelle mushrooms, and that turned out perfectly. And it tasted just like my grandma's. Every now and then it does. I can't do it every time, but when I do, it's just the best. Let's see. Got to check into the Boredom Breakers net. And again, thank you guys for... the ham community here that gets onto WAWKY has just been wonderful, and I've watched it grow over the past 10, 15 years, and I just chuckle and grin every time. Let me get to the trivia answers here. I'm going to go with C, Charlie, for the first one. I used to have to work when I was tuning pianos at a warehouse in Akron. Let me get a quick beep. I was working next to three 480-volt panels on the wall, and there were a whole bunch of old, useless pianos in there that I was working on. So 60 hertz is just somewhere between about a B flat and a B. It's really out of tune, and it made the job difficult. So 60 hertz, 55, I think in Europe. That's going to be ELF. And for the second alternate question, I'm just going to pick B. Baker, because the guy's name, he was a knight. His name was Sir something or whatever. So I'm going to go with letter B. Back to KD8 EPC. Dustin, thanks for taking me in tonight. You guys have a fantastic beacon net. NTAD.
All right there, Dave. Well, great to hear you out there tonight, and hope you had fun there with the band practice tonight. And boy, I guess the 60 hertz is a little bit out of tune there, isn't it? So great to have you with us tonight, and great to hear you a couple times in one day. And I'll tell you, we have a lot of fun with our friends there in Oklahoma, and we're glad they come for the Beacon Net, and we can go over there for the Boredom Breaker Net, and it's a good friendship there. So we'll say that. We'll say 73, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow at the meeting. All right, let's jump on over to the land of snow and maple syrup and stuff. AB8MO, Andy, take it away.
Okay, this is AB8MO. Better turn that down. I got to get a new battery for this handheld, Dustin. Well, you saw me. Well, I guess you could have gone a little lower at Dayton. He didn't really think too hard when I offered him $100 for this ZX5Rs, but it definitely needs a new battery. I don't get more than about 3 hours of receive time out of it, and I get maybe about 20 minutes of transmit time before the battery's dead. So yeah, it definitely needs, and that's at 300 milliwatts. That's not 5 watts. That's 300 milliwatts, 20 minutes. So it definitely needs to be replaced. Good evening. Thanks for letting me make my little announcement from Winter Field Day. I'm excited about it. The location at the Warren Amateur Radio Association we've had it for the last, at least 2 years. And it's actually a really low noise site. Even on 80 meters, it's only like an S3, S4 noise level. So it works very, very well. So we have a lot of fun. We'll even feed you if you decide to come for no charge. So anyhow, let's see. You're getting to the classrooms. The cat says hello, by the way. Whatever the one that was for electricity for Nick at Nights, I'll go for that one. And let's see here for... Oh my gosh, I'll go with B Bravo on the second one on the alternate. That's all I got, Dustin. I'll try to catch you guys tomorrow for dinner or whatnot. I wasn't going to come, but Nick and Sandy are going to be there, so I guess I got to put forth the effort since they came all the way up from Texas. KD8 EPC and the Boredom Breaker. Wait a minute, that was earlier. The Beacon Net. This is AB8MO. Catch y'all later.
Yeah, there, Andy. I think they've traveled a little further than you traveled to come to dinner tomorrow, so you'd best show up or we're all going to cry. We've got you down for Charlie and Bravo this evening. We'll say 73, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, let's go talk to one of the other members of the Beacon Net team here, K8VZA. Eric, good evening. How are you?
KD8EPC in the group. This is KE8VZA, doing really well. Dustin, hope you are too. Hope everybody else is as well. Before I forget about the trivia here, first trivia question, main trivia, I'm going to go with Charlie, electricity, because, you know, ELF and an elf has been known to wander too near to the power lines and burst into flames. So the elves have to stay clear there because of those low-frequency electromagnetic waves. So Charlie. And the alternate trivia question, I'm going to go with Charlie as well for that one. Purely a guess. Well, the first one was a guess too, but don't tell anyone. Tuesday's snowy commute. Mando, my Mustang, performed wonderfully, excuse me, and got to use snow mode on it. Second time ever. The first time I really didn't think it was that great, but Tuesday it actually did very well. That and the snow tires. Got to take a magical mystery tour courtesy of GPS through the scenic Metro Park and go up and down all of the hills, I think, and to avoid the parking lot that was I-71, and also got to cross the beautiful one-lane covered bridge. Very scenic. It actually was real pretty down there. I look forward to seeing everybody at the meeting on Thursday. Unfortunately, I won't be able to make dinner, but I will be at the meeting. So with that, I'll return it to you, Dustin. This is KE8VZA, back to net control.
All right there, Eric. We're looking forward to seeing you at the meeting. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll see you there tomorrow. WV3K Phil was in and out. We'll say hello to him and Robin, and we'll say 73 if they're still listening. That brings me down to Dick, KAMX. Good evening. How are you, Dick?
Well, pretty good there, buddy. This is K8AMX, and I forget the lettering system, but what I'll do is go with electricity on the one and Scott on the other. So you can, I think, attach the letters to that for me. So, I'll tell you, I dozed off a little bit, but not very much, but a little bit. And I lost the sequence of the letters, so sorry about that. And I want to pretty much keep this short, and I'll just turn it back to you and say 73 to all the check-ins. Anybody that's going to be at the meeting tomorrow night, I should be there with my lovely wife Susan, and my mobility is pretty much somewhat compromised, I'll say. So if I'm not running around to say hello to everybody personally, please come up and introduce yourself to me. And I hate it when somebody has been at the meeting and I didn't make it to them and never saw them. So I'm hoping for the best at this New Year's meeting. So with that, back to you, Dustin. And, yeah, see, almost got the alligator. Turn it back to you, Dustin, and good job on the net there. This is Kilowatt 8 American Motors experimental, and you can tell I'm running out of steam here a little bit, but I'm still living the dream in beautiful downtown Firestone Park.
All right there, Dick. Well, we're glad to have you with us tonight, and we're looking forward to seeing you there at the meeting. So we got you down for Charlie and Alpha. Nick was able to go back there and get the right letters for you. So thanks again for joining us, Dick. We're glad to have you, and we look forward to catching you down the log again real soon. All right, let's jump on down to Chris now, K8MMY. How you doing? Try that one more time, K8MMY. Chris, are you there? All right, nothing heard. Let's try K8PJW. Phil, how are you?
KD8APC, K8PJW. Good evening, Dustin. Good evening, Nick, and all the other people running the net. Great to have you all this evening. You can put me down for Charlie. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the answers. Just get up early in the morning. So great talking to you, Dustin. Have a great night and a great evening. This is KEPTW. Back to the net.
All right there, Phil. We got you down for Charlie. And Charlie, thanks so much for joining us. And Just Nick will have the answers for you there in the morning. All right, we had WB8CXO Mike. Thanks for doing the live stream, and thanks for stopping by. We got you in and out. And WA8KOC Fred, we got you in and out. And that brings me down to the K8YUK Miss Lucy. How are you?
KD8APC, this is K8YUK. I think this is the first on the list I've been in a long time, which is weird. I'll get the trivia out of the way first. For QKOs, I'm going to do the microwave because my grandpa once told a story, I think I've told it on here before, of back when he was in school. Somebody was coming to the school to do a presentation on the brand new microwaves, and whatever the mechanism they were using, they just kind of, I think they were like fried marshmallows in the front row or something. Basically just shot microwaves through the whole first row, and my grandpa was like, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that whole row had cancer growing up, which is awful, but it makes me grateful that we have learned better to some degree, but there's going to be something that gets us in this generation. Anyway, for alt trivia, I have to go with D, Admiral Blackcorn Waldo Bird. Also, I saw the answer. I peeked. But that's going to be my answer for alt. So I'm going to do double D, actually, for something. I'm too tired to think. Betty has been teething, but she did a little better today. I got to call my grandparents. I mentioned on the barometer net, but I don't remember where else I've talked about it. My grandma's going in for triple bypass surgery. It was actually canceled earlier this month and was moved to the 23rd. So that's coming up, which is intimidating. She's in her 70s, but she's stubborn, and God will take good care of her one way or another. So if you're the praying type, please keep her in your prayers. And that's where we're at with her. But she was really excited to hear Betty today, which was good. And now I'm just working on a tiny, tiny house and super gluing my fingers together in the process, but it'll be worth it. I wish I had something funny to talk about, but I can't think of diddly squat. So I'm going to go, and have a great night, everybody. God bless. Take it easy. Stay warm. And catch it down the log. KE8YUK. Back to net control.
All right there, Lucy. Well, we got you down for double D's this evening, and we hope that everything goes all right there with your grandma. We'll send prayers your way, and boy, I would never get anything built with super glue. I'm too busy sniffing the glue there. So there you go. We'll say 73. Have a great evening, and we'll catch you there down the log. Let's go talk to Ben now. K8BHQ. Good evening.
KD8EPC, KE8BHQ. I'll get trivia out of the way. I'm going to go with Charlie, and I don't have much, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at the meeting tomorrow night. Hope everyone out there stays warm and stays safe. This is KE8BHQ, and I'll give it back to you.
All right there, Ben. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow at the meeting. All right, K8DLJ, Ralph, good evening. 18-wheel mobile, are you out there? All right, I've just been informed that DLJ is not connected, so come on back if you can there, Ralph, and let's go talk to our fearless leader, President Gary, AA8CS. Good evening.
Good evening, Sarah and friends. Yeah, that's what I said. And really good to be here this evening. And I, again, want to be so duplicitous. Anyway, I want to tell you again. Meeting tomorrow night, it's going to be a fabulous meeting. I want everybody to be there. However, I'm hoping that our incredible track record of ridiculously inclement weather, I'm just hoping that it doesn't manifest itself again on the third Thursday of the month as it has so traditionally since we have adopted the Eagles as our meeting location. It's uncanny, and I guess there's a call for snow tomorrow night. But I will say this, the meeting is going to be fantabulous, absolutely fantabulous. I would actually say supercalifragilistic, I would say that too, but yeah, it's probably not in order. I do want to also say K5CFY. I love saying that. I absolutely love saying that, and do want to say hello to Fred out there. Also want to give a shout out to Josh, VKA. He acknowledged my presence on the blue screen. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Appreciate that. That's really all I have, except for the trivia question. I'm going to go with AC. That's what I'm going with, AC. Like alternating current, auxiliary compulsions, and other acts. Anyway, that's all I got. And thank you, Elijah. You're doing me just such a good job tonight. And I really and truly look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow night. I just hope it doesn't snow like crazy. Anyway, back to net. This is AA8CS Dustin. As always, you guys do a fabulous job. I don't know where Nick is. He's probably hanging out on the back axle of the bus. Notice I said back axle. When he's under the bus, he's under the back axle, not the front axle. Back to net, AA8CS.
Well, Gary, I heard that they added a trailer hitch just so Nick could be a little bit further back of the bus. So there you go. We're glad to have you. And I said hi to you there on the blue screen. You didn't say nothing to me. I see how it is. Hi. But great to have you, Gary. We got you for Alpha and Charlie. We'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully the snow's not too bad. If it does start snowing bad, I may dip early, but you never know. But we'll say 73. Have a great evening, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, let's go down to KC8FQV, Northern Mark. How you doing? Take it away.
All right, KCFQV. Well, the doctor appointment went good today for the eyes. Yeah, we had a good talk. Yeah, she's leaving. Well, she's going to go up. Yeah, she's going to go to the association that the doctors join, and there she'll be help promote eye care, help promote, any kind of legislation that might be needed for eye care and whatever. So that's sort of like what happens with the teachers and that and principals as they go up the ladder, eventually become a superintendent. They lose the kids because they go up, but they're still involved, and that's what she's going to do. She's going to be working up in the association that the doctors and that belong to. But everything went good today. My arcade game in the doctor's office went good in the visual field test. The only thing they do is they look at the yellow dot and watch for the other ones and click away. That's what I did. Everything came out good. High pressure came out good. And yeah, July we'll do the full, we'll do the dilation. She said that one prize for the diabetes and that. And we were talking a little bit. I said, yeah, I'm a little low right now. I was sitting right at the red line for my numbers. Matter of fact, it was saying I was going down. And yeah, when I went out and checked the finger stick, it was down to 51. So we drank some pop and got it back in order. But I'm going to say Charlie for the answers. Yeah, you could say antenna cable, because that's an important thing for us ham radio operators, antenna and cable. But I'm going to say Charlie for my answer. So we'll send it back to net control, KCFQV.
All right there, Mark. Well, good to have you with us tonight. We'll say 73 to you for now, and we'll catch you down the log. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie. All right, let's go talk to Nickelodeon KF5ADE. Good evening.
Good evening. This is KF5AD Nick Nickelodeon, and it's really good up here. Not too crazy about this cold weather, but what do you expect when you come to Ohio from out of South Texas? And even down in South Texas, schools are closing because they cannot keep the schools warm enough for the kids to be in school. So our grandchildren, the granddaughters, were out of school today up here in Ohio because of their cold temperatures. But so the kids down in Texas are out of school there as well. And so go figure. Let's see, trivia questions. I want to go with, I believe it's C for the electricity for the first one. And then I just couldn't wait to sit there and say, Cornwall the bean or the Timbala, because Lucy did such a wonderful job with that question last week, and she went ahead and incorporated that la blah in there. So Cornwall the bean la blah, or tabla, or however she wants to say it, with her French-Canadian accent. Sounds great to me, and that's what I'm going to go with. So I'm going to go with, I believe that's Charlie and Delta. KF5AD back to net control.
All right there, Nickelodeon. We've got you down for Charlie and Delta this evening, and we look forward to seeing you and Miss Sandy tomorrow for dinner in the meeting there. All right, let's go talk to Miss Sandy now. KG5SYC, take it away.
This is KG5SYC, and hello, Net. All of the above. Now we've got to talk about something here. You know, we were hoping and praying for no snow for tomorrow, and here you guys are blowing the bubble and talking about snow. You guys got to stop it at least for tomorrow. We're in a strange car, and not being from around here, we've not driven in snow since North Dakota. So that was, at least 20 years ago. So, you know, you got to give us some slack. Stop talking snow, at least for tomorrow. I didn't read my answer for trivia. Let's see. I want to go with Lucy's answer D for the first one, and then I'm going to go with C for the second one. And there you go. This is KG5SYC.
All right there, Miss Sandy. Well, I'll tell you what, if it snows too much, we'll make Just Nick come get you. Hi. He's got the Subaru. He says it'll do just fine. We got you down for a Delta and Charlie. Good to hear you, and we're looking forward to seeing you there tomorrow. All right, let's go down here and talk to John now. K8YNJ, how you doing?
Good evening, Dustin. KG8. BC, this is KE8YNJ. So we're going to pick for the first trivia answer, letter C, and then we're going to go with D for the alternate, and hope for good weather tomorrow. I was going to try to clear off my schedule and come to the first meeting I've ever been to. I'm not sure how that'll work, but if it does, I'll make it happen. So anyways, back to you, Dustin. This is KE8YNJ.
All right there, John. Well, the meeting starts at 7, dinner at 5 o'clock at Casa Nuestra right down the street. So we'd love to have you come and join us. We got you down for Charlie and Delta. We'll say 73 for now, and we'll catch you there hopefully at the meeting tomorrow. All right, let's go down the list here to KO4 DKN. David, how you doing? One more time there, KO4 DKN. David, are you there? All right, we may have missed him there. This is KD8EPC with the Beacon Net. We're at the bottom of the list, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Alpha, KE8WA.
W8WKY.
Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee VK2DY Robert and Sid.
All right, we got a couple there. We have K8WA Gary, and then we have VK2DY Robert and Sydney there. All right, let's start with Gary, K8WA. Good evening, how are you?
KD8EPC. Good evening, Dustin and the group, K8WA. Your name's Gary. I don't have to say the answers are going to be C and C. I'd like to get a cornhole in there, but I don't work also. So Charlie and Charlie over KAWA.
All right there, we got you down for Charlie and Charlie there, my friend. Thanks so much for joining us, and have yourself a great evening. All right, let's jump on over to the other side of the world here and talk to VK2DY. Robert, how are you?
Yes, good afternoon. This is Robert, VK2DY. I just got here from another net, from the Papa net, so I didn't hear the question. I was wondering if you'd mind repeating them for me, VK2DY.
Not a problem there, Robert. These guys would be happy to read them for you again. Well, let me go up here and talk to Nick at Night first. QKO, would you give us the main trivia question, please?
KQKO, happy to, Dustin. Okay, the question tonight was, the lowest named band of radio waves is ELF, extremely low frequency. Where would you most commonly encounter such an electromagnetic wave? Your options are alpha, in television transmitters, Bravo, in mobile phones, Charlie, in electricity, or Delta, in microwave ovens. And with that, Dustin, I'll pass it back to you. This is K8QKO.
All right, thank you very much there, Nick. Now let's go over to Josh K8VKA for our alternate trivia. Go ahead there, Josh. Please reread us the trivia there.
K88EPC, K88VKA. Tonight's alternate trivia question is, the heroic age of Antarctic exploration was an era that began at the end of the 19th century and ended after the First World War. During this age, the South Pole was first reached. Who was the first person to reach the geographic South Pole? Was it A, Captain Robert Falcon Scott, B, Sir Ernest Shackleton, C, Roland Amundsen, oh, it's hard to say, Norwegian names, D, Lucy can say it, I can't, or Delta, Admiral Thimble Cornwaldo-Byrd. I'm going to read that again. Who was the first person to reach the geographic South Pole? Was it A, Robert Falcon Scott, B, Sir Ernest Shackleton, C, Roland Amundsen, or D, Admiral Thimble Cornwaldo-Byrd? KE8VKA, back to KD8EPC.
All right, thank you so much there, Josh. Let's go down here and talk to Robert again. VK2DY, take it away.
Yes, good afternoon again. This is Robert, VK2DY. Thank you for rereading the questions for me. I appreciate that. I'm going to go with Charlie and Charlie for the answers for that. As far as what's going on down here, the temperature, we have, after 3 weeks of overcast and rain and overcast and rain, the sun is shining, the sky is blue. The temperature outside, 33.2, which in Fahrenheit terms is just shy of 92 Fahrenheit. So we're finally getting summer temperatures here, and it looks like that's going to be around for a while here. We've got some highs coming up well in excess of 100 Fahrenheit. So summer is coming with a vengeance here. But anyway, looking forward to it. Other than that, not much else. I think I mentioned this before, the class-based license here in Australia, we're switching from an apparatus-based license to a class-based license for ham radio, and that takes effect on the 19th of February. So on that date, I will surrender my apparatus license and operate under the class-based license. And I should be getting a refund for that because the class-based license is free, unlike what I currently have, which is $55 a year. So all an improvement, and as well, it reduces all of the fees to almost nothing. I think to get a foundation license today would cost you in excess of $200. If you wait until the class-based license, it would be more like $50 for the certificate and the call sign choice and all of that. So quite a reduction in price. And as an examiner, I'm hopefully looking forward to seeing more people wanting to do exams. Anyway, that's about it from here. VK2DY, back to Net.
Now, with this new licensing system, Robert, will you still be keeping the same call sign, or will you have to get a different call sign?
Well, they have to move all of the ham radio licenses into a separate database, which they're supposedly developing. But they said we can keep our call signs under the class-based system, that it all should go smoothly. Government says that. VK2DY.
Heard. Cross your fingers and hope for the best. All right there, Robert. We got you down for Charlie and Charlie. Have a great afternoon over there, and thanks for joining us. We've got 17 degrees Fahrenheit here. That's the warmest it's been in a couple of days. It was 1 degree Fahrenheit at 7 a.m. this morning when I got up. So there you are. Robert, 73, have a great evening, and hope to talk to you again there real soon. Robert's at the bottom of the list. This is KD80PC with the BeaconNet, and I'm looking for check-ins. Please call now.
KD9JTD.
W2JLS, John Carolon.
All right, two stations I missed the first one. I got W2JLS in there second. Would that first station come back again?
KD9JTD.
All right, I'm sorry. One more time there. Key for a second before, then give it to me phonetically. I just can't quite catch it. You're going just a little too quick for me.
Kilo Delta 9 Juliet Tango Tango.
All right, we got you that time. Kilo Delta 9 Juliet Tango Tango. Good evening, Doug. You're up. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Just new to the Echolink. Just standing around here in central Illinois. We have a 24 degrees Celsius temperature. Up the highest we've been in probably 4 or 5 days. We've been in sub below zero temperatures. Back to net control.
W8WKY.
All right there, Doug. Well, we'll wave a hand at you from northeast Ohio. It's currently 17 degrees Fahrenheit here, and that's the warmest it's been here in a couple of days. So thanks for joining us here on the BeaconNet. We're here every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so come back and visit when you can. All right, W2JLS, John, good evening. Take it away.
W2JLS, Dustin. Good to hear you tonight, buddy. Let's see. I don't know what I've got for the net other than I'm going to take a stab at the trivia questions. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% on either of these, but electricity seemed to be a popular answer, so I'm going to go with the consensus on that. And then just heard the repeat on that second question. And again, I get mixed up with my polar explorers. Even sometimes getting my poles reversed, but I'm going to take a stab and say Shackleton down there in the South Pole. Anyway, not too much to add to the net. Just kind of tired tonight, actually, and probably going to listen out for a little bit and make my way to sleep. Anyway, everybody, I bid you all a good evening on your ears. This is W2JLS passing it back to KD80PC.
All right there, John. We're glad to have you with us tonight. We got you down for Charlie and Bravo, and we hope to maybe see you tomorrow at the club meeting. Thinking Sandy will be there to visit us, so join us if you can. We'll say 73 for now. We're at the bottom of the list. We're going to go up here and talk to the net control team now, though. Well, let's start with just Nick, KD8SLG. Would you mark me down for answer C for the first one? And you have to give me, what is it, then Blake, Cornwaldo, something or the other. Answer D for the second one. Go ahead there, Nick.
KD80PC. This is KDSLG. Good evening, Dustin. All the Beacon Edisons. I went with Charlie and Delta earlier on. The electricity seems to be the only viable option there. And, of course, I could not pass up the opportunity to say, Thimble Cornwaldo Bird. So there you go. Looking forward to the meeting tomorrow night. That's going to be the highlight of my day, right after dinner at Casa Nuestra. Hope some of you can make it. The weather does not look too bad, but it doesn't look too good either. It is the third Thursday of the month, as Gary said. That's all I got tonight. KD8SLG, back to net control.
All right there, Nick. Well, we got you on for Charlie and Delta, and we'll see you tomorrow for dinner and the meeting. I'm going to complain because I have to look at you while I eat. Yuck. All right, let's go talk to QWAE. Mike, good evening. Uh-oh, maybe he fell asleep. Let's try again. K8QWE. All right, nothing heard there. Let's go down here and talk to Josh. Josh, just give me your main trivia answer. Or actually, I've already got it. I got it as C in there, so we'll be right down to you. We're going to go up to K8QKO. Give us your comments, and then give us the trivia answer.
K8QKO. Good evening, Dustin, and good evening, everybody on the net. Sounds like it's going like a pretty good net tonight. So it's good to hear everybody on there. I don't know if I really like going on. I took my kid to ski club today. That was, that's fun. I got to sit in my truck for 3 hours while he went skiing with his friends. Then came home, and actually on my way home there was a nasty accident apparently on Route 8 South. They actually, from what I could tell, it looks like they closed the highway. I was able to get off at Talmadge Road and take a half-hour detour to get home. But yeah, that was going on tonight. Yeah, that's really it. That's it for me. So I will take a break here, and then I'll read the trivia answer and question, or trivia question and answer. All right. The lowest named band for radio is ELF, extremely low frequency. Where would you most commonly encounter such an electromagnetic wave? And the answer was Charlie, in electricity. The ELF band encompasses the frequency range from 3 to 300 hertz. It is not a band used for significant radio transmission due to the need for extremely large transmitter and receive antenna. However, normal household power AC voltage cycled at 50 or 60 hertz falls into this band. ELF wave also occurs in nature as a result of lightning strikes. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Dustin. This is K8QKO.
All right, thank you so much there, Nick. We certainly do appreciate it, and you have yourself a great evening. All right, let's go down here to KAVKA. Give us your comments, Josh. Let it drop, and give us the alternate trivia.
KD8EPC, KE8VKA. Good evening, Dustin and the net again. Oh, goodness. Comments. I didn't think of any comments to give. Made a little bit more progress on the soldering job I'm doing here on this QCX Mini. So that's good. We're getting closer to the end. This manual is getting, what the pages that are left that I haven't read are getting less and less. So that's cool. But yeah, I got a presentation to do at work tomorrow again. So hopefully that goes well. And looking forward to the VHF contest this weekend. I'm actually going to be able to participate. I didn't think I'd be able to, and now I can. So that will be really cool. So looking forward to that, and looking forward to seeing everybody at the meeting tomorrow. So with that, I'm going to let this drop and get the trivia answer out of the way. All right, tonight's alternate trivia was the heroic age of Antarctic exploration was an era that began at the end of the 19th century and ended after the First World War. During this age, the South Pole was first reached. Who was the first person to reach the geographic South Pole? Was it A, Captain Robert Falcon Scott, B, Sir Ernest Shackleton, C, Roland Amundsen, or D, Admiral Thimble Cornwaldo Bird? The correct answer was Charlie, Roald Amundsen. Amundsen's initial plans had actually focused on the Arctic and the conquest of the North Pole, but in 1909, when rival American explorers claimed to have reached the North Pole, Amundsen changed his plans. Instead, he began to prepare to sail to Antarctica aboard his ship that he called Fram, with the goal of reaching the South Pole. A lot of you guys answered Scott, if I remember right, and that's understandable because he was very, very famous in Britain in particular, and his exploits at the South Pole. So in October of 1910, Scott was actually heading towards Australia. He got to Australia in Melbourne for his own Antarctic expedition on his ship, the Terra Nova, and he received a telegram from Amundsen saying, "Beg leave to inform you, Fram proceeding Antarctic. Signed, Amundsen." This indicated that Scott probably faced a race to the pole. When they got there, the two groups actually ran into each other and even ate meals on each other's ships once when they ran into each other. During the interaction, Amundsen was relieved to learn that Scott's ship Terra Nova didn't have a radio, since that might have ruined his strategy to be the first explorer with no news of the polar victory. So anyways, Amundsen and his party arrived at the South Pole after a 2-month trek on the 14th of December, 1911, and Scott led a party of 5, which reached the pole 5 weeks later on the 17th of January, 1912. So Scott was second. However, on the return trip, a planned meeting with support dog teams from the base camp, it failed to happen, and Scott and his companions died about 12.5 miles from the next supply depot. So at present day, the permanent scientific base at the South Pole is named the Amundsen-Scott South Pole Station, and we'll talk about Shackleton in a different trivia question down the log here.
W8WKY.
But ham radio has really been it's been in continual use at the South Pole and elsewhere in Antarctica for over 60 years. At the South Pole base, HF, a single sideband, is typically used, but Morse code and other modes have been used. The ham radio is used partly in experiments, but mainly in bolstering morale and hobby, used for something to do while you're down there. The U.S. sector has an amateur radio call sign prefix of KC4 and Alpha Tango, whereas the Soviets and Russians are known to use 4 Kilo 1. So anyways, that's tonight's alternate trivia, KE8VKA back to KD8EPC.
All right there, Josh. Thanks so much. It's great to have you with us, and thanks again for another wonderful alternate trivia. We'll see you at the meeting tomorrow. All right, we're at the bottom of the list. We're going to make one more call for any new check-ins. Any new check-ins, last-minute new check-ins for the BeaconNet, please call now.
Kilo Echo 5, November, Charlie Papa, KE5NCP, Tom, Osage County, Oklahoma.
All right, KE5NCP, Tom, good evening. How are you, my friend?
Well, good evening, and sorry about that. I had forgot about the BeaconNet being on tonight until I just happened to switch off of over here and to the VHF radio and was turning the dial across and heard you, and it dawned on me, oh my gosh, I've been busy doing other things over on HF and forgot all about it, so what can I say? Anyway, currently 33 degrees here, and just check me in and out and all that good stuff, so apologize for missing the net. Maybe we'll catch you again another night there. KE5NCP.
All right there, Tom. Well, it's been a while, and it's good to hear you out there with us tonight, for sure, my friend. We'll say 73 to you. Have a good evening, and come back in and join us more often. All right, Tom was at the bottom of the list. We're going to make one final call for any more new last-minute check-ins for the BeaconNet. Any new check-ins for the BeaconNet, please call now.
Alpha Lima 8 Tango AL18 Nate. Victor Yankee 1 Mike Golf Sierra VY1 MGS. Michael in Whitehorse, Yukon, Canada. Greetings all.
All right, we picked up a couple of good ones there. We have AL8T Nate, good to hear you out there, my friend, and VY1MGS Mike up in Whitehorse, good to hear you too. Let's start with Nate here. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening to you and the rest of the Net Alpha Lima Tango returning. Good. Just wanted to say hi to everyone before you tied the ribbon on, and sorry I couldn't hop on earlier. It's always a fun time getting in and hanging out. I won't leave you. I'll let you get on and down the list. You all have a great night. Alpha Lima Tango back to net control.
All right there, Nate. Well, thanks so much for taking time out of your day to say hello to us, and thanks for keeping things safe up there in Kodiak. We'll say 73, you stay warm, and we'll catch you there down the log. All right, we've got VY1 MGS, Mike up there in Whitehorse. How you doing?
Victor Yankee 1 Mike Golf Sierra returning. Sorry for the delay. Node ID. Hey, greetings, Justin and Nick and everyone on the net. Thank you so much for being there and doing. I just got back home from work here. Doing a bit of work at school on a fire alarm system, and just turned the radio on. Sounded like some good questions. Looks like some good participation from NetLogger. Looks great. About minus 12 degrees Charlie here, 10 degrees Foxtrot. I think we're headed to the comedy show tomorrow. It's one of my wife's birthday presents. That's all I got here. How are you guys doing? Send it back to you from Victor Yankee 1 Mike Golf Sierra. Stay warm all.
All right there, Mike. Well, thanks for joining us, and all is well in the world here. A little colder in northeast Ohio than I'd like it to be, but such is life. You can't always get the weather you'd like to have there. It is winter time, so everything else is good. Glad to hear you out there, my friend. It's been quite a while, so with that, we'll just say 73 to you. Thanks again for stopping by, and we hope to chat with you down the log real soon. All right, Mike was the bottom of the list there. We're going to make one more call for any last-minute check-ins, last-minute new check-ins to the BeaconNet before we shut this thing down. This is the final call. All right, nothing else heard. On behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, KD8SLG, K8QKO, K8BKA, we'd like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening. Come and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet Sunday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the W8WKY repeater 147390 with a positive offset to PL tone of 114.8, Allstar Node 48496, and Echolink W8WKY-R. Also, don't forget to check out the Barometer Net every morning at 7 a.m. except for Sunday, also here on the W8WKY repeater. Don't forget to go visit our friends over on the N5XQK Memorial Boredom Breaker Net every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and Echolink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is KD80PC. I'm returning the repeater to normal amateur use at this time and will be clear. 73, y'all.
W8WKY. W8WKY, repeater PL1 14.8.